single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day I'm gonna make.
So in this video I will be concealing and hiding all my acne. I just did a video where I showed you guys how to get rid of the under eye circles and how to cover them. Really easy, only takes about 5 minutes at the most. My video was longer because of course I do explain a lot of stuff and I do talk a lot in my videos. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the Sephora concealer. It's the high coverage one and I love it so much. I don't need to use a lot of it, and it was an $18 tube, but it will go a long way because you just don't need a lot. So I'm just going to put on a bit near my acne, definitely right on that one. I'm just going to put like little dots everywhere, I guess, just to help hide the redness, and obviously down here. You don't really want to forget the neck because the neck is actually one of the first places that shows aging and everything. So if you just want to constantly look younger or just look nicer, just take care of the neck too, you know. So if you have like acne on the neck like I do, it's really nice to cover it up as well. It's also one of like the most noticeable places for acne. But yeah, so now that I've put that on, I have a wet beauty blender. It just has a little bit of makeup on it because I just used it for my other video. But I do like using wet beauty blenders because it helps blend it out in a more even way. And it helps keep moisture on my face because my face just needs that moisture, you know? And then once I'm done blending out, I will be using another concealer just to make sure that everything is kind of well hidden. And I did that with my other video where I did the under eye circles and the dark circles, just to kind of be sure that everything is hidden and it's not that noticeable. And obviously I like to bring it kind of up into my hairline and near my ear and kind of on my neck as well, just to make sure that it's all even and it's not noticeable if you move your hair or when you put your hair up. Because that's something that people forget a lot, is that when your hair is down, you don't need to bring it like all the way to like here. The second you put your hair up, it needs to be like to about here, so that way you don't have like an awkward line, because people do that a lot, where they only go to about here because their hair is down. And the second they pull their hair up, you get this line about this big where the makeup stops here and then you see their actual skin right here. And because you layer so much makeup, it's just really noticeable. So I'm just gonna put some on directly on little bits of acne all over the place, you know. Just gotta hide this. And I was thinking about pulling out those old photos of me with severe acne at some point, you know. I mean, I'm not really ashamed of it anymore, I don't know. My skin has definitely gotten a lot better. I'm not as self-conscious about it as I used to be because that last year and the year before was just a complete disaster, but eventually I will have those photos and I will show people just, if you keep taking care of yourself, your acne will go away on its own. Because I absolutely hated the idea of taking medications and stuff to get rid of my acne. Like, I just hated that idea. I was like, no, I want it to go away on its own. I don't want to sit there and have to take all this medication to try and get rid of it. It's there, and if it wants to stay there, whatever, I can just cover it with makeup. And that is what I did. And it definitely went away. And when it went away on its own, I felt a lot better about it. Because I knew that I didn't really need to go to a doctor, or I didn't really need to do much. It was just, oh hey, if I just sit here, take care of myself, it'll be a lot better. Because when you take care of yourself, obviously it won't come back. Obviously you start to feel better about yourself. So instead of going through and taking all of these pills and all of these medications to try and get rid of my acne, I decided to take better care of myself, make a skin routine that worked for me, and really do it by myself. So that way I could feel better about the progress instead of going, oh yeah, I would just take a pill and now it's fine. I wanted it to be more important than that and kind of show that you can do it on your own and that you don't need to buy all this medication and stuff. Because I just hated the idea of that. So now that I'm done with all the concealer, I'm going to take a little bit of my Burt's Bees foundation. This is the high coverage one, just why I'm using it right now. I'm just putting it on in various little locations, and I'm just going to blend it out with the Beauty Blender. And this one has a smell, this foundation. It's not a bad smell. It's kind of like a natural smell, you know, like if you've ever had like a Burt's Bees lip balm, it's kind of what it reminds me of. It's just really nice though. Really nice natural smell. It doesn't smell like chemicals or anything, which I like. I like it when my makeup is natural and doesn't have any chemicals in it. It's just better for my skin. When I go out shopping for makeup, I usually, like if I can, I will get stuff that has less chemicals in it. Although it's the more expensive route. But I decided, hey, I'd only be paying $5 more than I usually would for a natural foundation, rather than one that could potentially have a lot of chemicals that are not necessarily good for my skin at all. Alright, so now obviously all the redness is gone, it's looking a lot better. And I'm gonna go in with my pressed powder, and again, I need to get more of it. I use it all the time. I actually have another one here. It's empty. I use this one for mixing my foundations, because I had one foundation that was way too light and one foundation that was way too dark, and I loved using them both because one had sunscreen and one was just really good and full coverage. So I mixed them together so I got my shade. So that's what I use these for. So I don't really feel like you should get rid of things like this. You could just use them for something else. So obviously I need to clean it out. I haven't touched it in over a month because I got foundations in my skin tone now. But yeah, no, I just think that this powder is pretty good. It's the matte one, and I just love it when things are really matte, and it just helps make my face not look oily, which is the goal if you have acne prone skin, just to make it look not so oily and not so gross, because you don't want people thinking that the oils are seeping through the makeup, because that's just really gross, or that you're sweating through the makeup. I just kind of hate it when it's oily, and I feel like when other people's makeup are oily, I just like kind of want to take a little bit of powder and like put it on them, you know? Not to be like rude or anything, but it's kind of just like, oh my gosh, it's so shiny and oily, and it looks so much better if it was just a little bit of powder. Like even if it was just like one little swipe with a little bit of powder on a little brush, so much better. So I definitely think that using powders all the time is a good idea, and they're fairly cheap, depending on where you go, of course. But I like to go to like the drugstores and buy my makeup there, especially if I don't have a lot of money but I need new makeup or just need to replace something, because there are times where I just use a lot of makeup, you know, I have to layer it all the time, cover everything. But yeah, so that was me covering my acne, and I guess like if you don't want to like watch any more of this, you can just click off, because I will be putting on some more makeup right now just because I have the time. I mean, I'll do my eyebrows. I'll show you guys how I do my eyebrows. If anyone has thick eyebrows, they know the problem. Like everyone's out here, how to make your eyebrows look fuller, how to do thin eyebrows for like when you have sparse eyebrows. But no one's really out here, you know, what happens if you already have full eyebrows? So I'm just really quickly going to go through and do that because I'm bored. I have nothing better to do, and I'm already about 10 minutes into this video, so might as well, you know. But yeah, so I get a little bit of the gel, and my mirror is right behind my phone, so I'll be looking at that. And I just go underneath my eyebrows, like that. It already looks a lot better than this one. And then I just go over top. And obviously you don't really need to fill in a lot if you have really thick eyebrows. But this is also just kind of like a good rule of thumb if you don't even have eyebrows. Just start underneath, then go on top, and obviously fill them in if you need to. but just to get like that natural brow shape, I guess, or that brow shape that everyone kind of wants to get to. And then again, so I'm just gonna go under it, kind of go up into these little hairs to make it look fuller. And then I'm gonna go on the top of my eyebrow. Kind of fill it in where these hairs at the top are not really that good or that thick. But yeah, so now I'm done that. Really quick and easy. It takes me like a minute to do my eyebrows every morning. Because obviously I take care of my eyebrows. I love thick eyebrows. I don't know, if you want like thick eyebrows, just let them grow. Like, just don't pluck, don't thread them, don't do anything. Just let them grow for a while. So what I do when I want to get thicker eyebrows is I just leave them alone for a couple of months. And sometimes it does mean that I will get like a unibrow, but I know that it'll be worth it because once I get kind of the desired like length, like if they start growing to about here, then I will cut them back about half an inch to here, just to make sure they're full at the front as well. And then I do like to take my eyebrow mascara and to hold my eyebrows kind of in place throughout the day. But yeah, so that's what I do to do my eyebrows. And then I got this lipstick. It's like $3 because it was on sale. As you can see, there's a theme here with me buying makeup on sale. Because I just don't want to spend so much money on makeup because there's other things I could spend my money on, you know, like food. You know, go up to the mall. What do you want to do? I want to buy makeup and food because it's all I ever spend my money on. Sometimes clothes, you know. It's just all, and it's like, all right, that's all I ever spend my money on, but that's fine. It's a really bright, intense red. I just like to kind of dab it on a bit, and then I do take a lot of it off just because this is like way too bright. I'm getting like Taylor Swift red vibes from this, you know. The red lips, long blonde hair, sunglasses, you know, that kind of Taylor Swift, you know, like 2013 Taylor Swift. And that's not what I'm here for. But I do love this lipstick. It smells like mint. It's really nice. And then obviously to get rid of it, I just take my makeup wipes. Sometimes I just get toilet paper, but I find that I like using these makeup wipes a lot. It's just a giant pack of 60 for $4 at the dollar store. I mean, it's like the size of my face. It's huge. It's like, it's just a massive thing, and you get 60 of these. So obviously I just took off a lot of color on the bottom lip. I mean, I feel like if I wanted like more natural makeup, I probably should have just gone and grabbed my other lipstick. Yeah, my nose is a little bit runny because for the last few days I've been in the garage sanding a dresser. Like a really old dresser, trying to get the varnish off. And it has caused me to sneeze all the time. And it's kind of a pain. But I really want to get this old dresser kind of... I have two options for the dresser. Either restore it and just put another, like a new layer of varnish once I'm done sanding it. Or I could just paint it white and have some gold paint on there as well. And make it kind of like a French dresser, I guess. It's like a giant mirror. There's really nice big drawers. I could just do something like that. I don't know. I'm between ideas right now, but for now I'm just sanding it, but it is causing a lot of problems. I find that the dust and stuff and all the varnish that I just sanded off gets in my pores. It's just not a fun time. I don't have a mask, so I'm just sitting there dying for a couple of hours. Sometimes I open up the garage door, but it's just not been really nice outside lately. Like, it's not like horrible, but there are like wildfires not too far from where I live, you know, and it's all smoky outside. It smells like fire. I just don't really want to go outside for too long, so I haven't been opening the garage door. But yeah, no, so now, and then I just, after taking it off, I just put on my lip balm. I use it quite a bit. I've used like half of it now. I love that lip balm. I have some other lip balms that I love, like this one. I've used pretty much all of it. It's the baby. It's the crystal one. It's just really pretty and really pink and really soft, pastel kind of a thing. And now I'm gonna be using, just because, why not, my Golden Hour highlight, because I'm in love with it. I'm just finding every excuse to put it back on. It's so cute. It has like pinky tones in it. I think that'll match the lipstick that I just put on and then took off and then covered with a lip balm, but you know, anything to kind of make it look more natural. And when I'm applying my highlight, I like to put it in kind of like an L shape right here, and I like to smile while I'm putting it on. Just because I get like the top of the cheekbone and really highlight where that is. And obviously, because this has like pinky tones in it, it looks like I'm also wearing blush. So now I find that I actually, you know, put on my contour, which I really want to go and buy cream contour, because I think that that might be a little bit easier than some of the powder stuff. But I mean, if you're just starting out, just use the powder and get used to it, because the cream is a little bit harder to use, just because it's you could really mess up with the powder, or with the, oh my gosh, I can't think right now. You could really mess up with the cream one, you know. It's just, you put too much on and then suddenly you're like 10 shades too dark. So yeah, so I'm just gonna go and put on some of mine. So I will be going out and buying some really good quality contouring cream. And I like making sure that it's actually even on both sides. And when I suck in, I'm just finding like where my face kind of goes more in, I guess, like right underneath the cheekbones. So I put it on in an L shape underneath the L shape I made with the highlighter. Basically what contouring does is give more depth to the face, and it also just adds extra shadows and things. I was just adding extra shadows and depth. I find that sometimes it's a little bit hard to hold that pose, especially when I have like lip balm on, because it just kind of doesn't want to stay like that. But yeah, so I'm just gonna put on a little bit more right here. And if you ever use like too much of the powder, you can easily just go over top of it with the beauty blender. I think I've used a little bit too much on the side, so I'm just going to use this part where it already has some foundation on and kind of move it around, and mine is a little bit damp, so it'll help move it around a little bit easier. But yeah, so far that's how it looks. And I'm also going to do my jawline to add some shadows there to make it look like I have a sharp jawline, because that's just kind of the ideal look, you know, sharp jawline. So I put it on like right here and right here to give the illusion that I have a sharper jawline, because it adds those shadows. And I definitely like to bring it kind of up a bit more, kind of into where my little baby hairs are up here. It just makes it look a lot sharper than it really is, just by adding some of those shadows. Now it looks really noticeable like on camera right now because of where I am, but if okay, I think that's a little bit better, but obviously like if you put your hair down, it won't look as noticeable. And I guess it's just like the window is right behind me, so it just looks really dark, but like in person it's really not that bad. So now I'm just going to do the other side. Kind of going up like I did last time, right on the jawline. Really trying to make it look sharp. Kind of bringing it down a bit too. Now if you also are thinking about like contouring and highlighting, you could think of it as doing a 3 like this. And just kind of thinking about that makes it a lot easier when you're applying it. And obviously if you apply it on your forehead, it makes your forehead look smaller in some areas, because highlight makes things look bigger and then contouring makes things look smaller and more defined. So you put some contouring on your forehead right here and it makes this area look smaller and this area here bigger because of where the highlight is. But yeah, so obviously there is a drastic difference from how I looked at the beginning of this video versus now. Because I have been applying more makeup just because I just want to have fun with this, you know. I mean, I'm bored, I got nothing better to do. And I already had like a full face of makeup and foundation, and it would look weird if I just left it like that, you know. But yeah, so this is what it looks like once I'm all done. I've used so many products, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've used like 8 products between this video and the last one. Yeah, like as always, like I will have everything in the description, and I will I don't know, just if you guys have any suggestions for future videos, just in the comments, just leave them down, like just talk about them, because I will do pretty much anything. I could show you guys how to do. I'm thinking about doing hair tutorials because I do love working with hair. I have tips for making your hair always look really nice and soft. I mean, right now you would think that I have a lot of hair, but I shaved all my hair off, all the way around. All I have is just a little bit at the top. But my hair looks really thick, even though I have no hair. Like, that's actually all the hair that I have is like in my hand right now, and I have it all shaved all the way at the back and just everywhere. So obviously I could do some hair videos. I can show people how to do different ways to curl the hair. I could show people how, like I even have like a mannequin, so I can show you guys how to curl longer hair, which is something I can't do because I cut it all off. But I do have a mannequin that I could show like longer hair people how to get better curls, I guess, and how to just take care of their hair. I know a couple of weeks ago, my baby sister, she has long hair, and it was just, she didn't really take care of it. There was a lot of knots and stuff. She's going into grade 6 right now. So when she was in elementary school, she didn't care that much. She just put it up in a ponytail, or she just like left it kind of dangling there. And she said that she was sick and tired of it. So I brushed it all out. It took me about half an hour to brush all her hair because it was really thick and really long. And then we cut it to about shoulder length. So she went from having hair probably about here to having hair about here. And she loves it. So obviously I could show you guys like how to cut hair, how to take care of your hair. I have different products for hair that makes hair healthier. I just have a lot of tips about hair. So if you guys like want to see some hair videos eventually, just leave those in the comments. Any other ideas for videos, just comment down below, because I don't really have a lot of ideas other than what I've been doing. If you guys have any like suggestions for any videos that you want, just tell me, because I just want to hear what everyone else wants to see. And I'm pretty much up for doing anything. I will do face masks, I'll do any kind of reviews, just even crazy stuff I'll do, you know, like any kind of, like if you want me to do like Halloween makeup or something really over the top that you've seen somewhere, you want me to like recreate it or something, I will do that. So just any kind of video, any kind of videos you guys want to see, I will do. But yeah, no, so I think I'm going to end the video here. To do this whole look, it has taken me about 30 minutes, mainly because I was talking a lot, showing you guys all the products as usual. Doing something like this would normally take me about 15 minutes, just because I'm really good at this and I've been doing it for so many years. But yeah, other than that, I just say keep practicing, keep doing it, keep working at it, and you will get better. And eventually I will have pictures of how I did my makeup over the last few years versus now, and I will have pictures of how my acne was last year, because that again was just a disaster. And I will have like tips on how to get rid of acne and stuff. So yeah, I think those will be my later videos, you know, old makeup videos showing you guys how I used to do my makeup, showing you guys like a reference picture and just doing it how I used to do it, because I think that'll be pretty funny, just to kind of, you know, just mess around with makeup and go, hey, so this is how I used to do makeup. And but yeah, so I'm going to end the video here, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys continue to watch my videos, and I hope that you guys learned something about applying makeup, and just, I don't know, just have fun watching me mess around with makeup and do weird things with makeup and try different looks and stuff. But you know, I will be uploading these videos later tonight. I just finished the one with the covering the dark circles. This one was covering acne, with a little bit of kind of just, hey, this is also how you do some other stuff, just at the end, because I just wanted to do it, you know, why not? So yeah, but I will end the video here, and I will be making another video some point, not sure when, but eventually.